After 8 years in power, what more could Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia possibly need to prove to Ghanaians? Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Ghana's vice president, stands at a pivotal moment in his political career. As his tenure comes to an end, he faces mounting scrutiny over his leadership, accomplishments, and challenges. The question remains whether his efforts have truly addressed the needs of the Ghanaian people or left critical gaps unfilled. Economic performance has been a major sticking point during Bawumia's tenure. Despite his reputation as an economic expert, the administration has faced criticism over rising inflation, high debt levels, and a declining currency. The Ghana cedi's performance, especially against major global currencies, has been a recurring challenge. Inflation reached double digits several times during his tenure, impacting the cost of living and eroding public confidence in his economic strategies. For many Ghanaians, the question is whether Bawumia has done enough to stabilize the economy or if his policies have fallen short of expectations. Youth unemployment remains a pressing issue. Programs such as NABCO, Nation Builders Corps, were introduced to provide temporary relief, but critics argue these measures do not address the structural issues underlying joblessness. Many question whether the administration's focus on short-term interventions has overshadowed the need for sustainable, long-term solutions to employment challenges. Bawumia's tenure has been marked by notable efforts in digitalization. Initiatives like the Ghana Card, mobile interoperability systems, and digital property addressing systems have modernized governance and provided Ghanaians with improved access to services. However, these advancements have been met with skepticism, particularly concerning their cost-effectiveness and broader impact on socio-economic issues. Critics argue that while digitalization is important, the administration's heavy focus on it has sometimes sidelined more urgent issues like health and education. Healthcare challenges, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, revealed gaps in the country's health infrastructure. While the government made efforts to address these through emergency measures and vaccination campaigns, the long-term inadequacies of the healthcare system persist. Accessibility, affordability, and quality of healthcare remain key areas of concern for many citizens. One of the most significant challenges facing Bawumia has been public trust. Allegations of corruption, inefficiency, and lack of transparency have often undermined the administration's efforts. Public confidence in government institutions has waned, with many Ghanaians expressing frustration over perceived inaction on key issues like corruption and mismanagement of resources. The administration's Free Senior High School, Free SHS, policy is one of its flagship programs, aimed at increasing access to secondary education. While the initiative has been celebrated for reducing barriers to education, critics argue it has led to overcrowding, resource constraints, and questions about quality. Balancing access with quality remains a challenge that the government has struggled to address effectively. Energy security and utility management have also been sources of contention. While erratic power supply, has been mitigated compared to previous administrations, issues like rising electricity tariffs and irregular water supply have continued to affect citizens' quality of life. As rumors circulate about Bawumia's aspirations for the presidency, his political trajectory is under the spotlight. How he addresses these ongoing challenges will shape his legacy and influence his prospects in Ghana's 2024 elections. His ability to connect with Ghanaians on unresolved issues like economic recovery and job creation will be critical in determining whether he can garner the trust and support needed to ascend to the highest office. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's tenure as vice president has been a complex mix of achievements and challenges. From economic management to digitalization and public trust, his leadership has faced scrutiny at every turn. As he nears the end of his term, Ghanaians reflect on his contributions and the gaps that remain. Has Bawumia done enough to prove his capabilities, or do these unresolved issues cast doubt on his political future? What's your take on Dr. Bawumia's performance and his potential as a political leader? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of Ghanaian politics.